Yo, what is going on, guys? This is Pufferfish667 back with another video, and in today's video I have a tutorial for you guys on how to drop 20 bombs in Season 3. Now, apart from my sense, this is probably the question I get requested most, just because Season 3, it is a lot harder to drop 20 kill games in my opinion. Just because, the map is 50% bigger, and just with the meta that Respawn has put into Season 3, the sniper dominated meta, it can be really hard to get 20 kills, and I noticed a significant drop in how many 20 kill games I get from Kings Canyon over to World's Edge. But I'm here with another tutorial, and it's kind of the same as my last tutorial, you'll find, but there are just a couple of things that I've tweaked up and a couple of tips that I've maybe changed around and added a bit more emphasis or just, done a little work to, because overall they're the same concepts, it's just a different way to approach it with a different map. But without further ado, we'll just get straight into it. So my first tip I have for you guys is land hot, and this was the exact same tip I had in my first 20 bomb tutorial, but I feel like there's even more of an emphasis on this in World's Edge compared to Kings Canyon. In Kings Canyon, I feel like you could have landed, not on the complete most desolate part of the map, but you could land not so hot. You didn't have to go straight to Skulltown to drop those 20 bombs. But I feel like in World's Edge, which is how big everyone is and how far out everyone is spread, I feel like you have to land hot and have to get as many kills off spawn as possible. Now, it is a bit harder to pinpoint where people go in this. I feel like the main ones are Train Yard, surprisingly enough, Sorting Factory, and Capital. They're the main ones you should be sticking to, and sometimes if there's a hot zone close off the bus, I feel like that's a good option, but there's not too many of those, so I feel like Train Yard, Capital, or Sorting Factory, depending on the bus, whichever one's closest off the start of the bus, you should be landing. And I feel like this just gives you so much more leeway, because you don't have to go hunting for everyone left in the lobby if you get a good start off spawn. So my first tip kind of relates to my second tip. It kind of has to do something with landing, but not really, but that is to see where your enemies are landed. Now, a lot of people ask me, yo Puffer, what is the best rotations for 20 bomb? And yeah, you can kind of give people the general guidelines of where you would expect them to be, but I feel like the best way to do it and the best way to know where people are and where to rotate is to look out of the bus. If you're going to Capital, look behind you. Did a lot of people go Refinery or Epicenter? Did a lot of people go to the left near Geyser? Is the bus almost completely full, and a lot of people are gonna go Sorting Factory, Train Yard way? I just feel like just knowing your surroundings and not just guessing and going off a set rotation is the best way to go, just because there are people over there. If you go in that general direction, you're probably going to run into people. So just once you got that landing on point, you're basically going straight down and you got it set where you're going. Just look around, just see how many people were in the bus when you jumped, and see if a lot of people haven't jumped yet, obviously they're going to be on the other side of the map. So just see where people are going off the bus. I feel like this is more important than knowing and having a set rotation to go every game. So I'm really not a fan of saying use this gun, use that gun, use this loadout to drop 20 kill games, because I feel like any loadout can drop 20 kill games. Any guns you're comfortable with can, but in Season 3 on this map, I really have to put a big emphasis on using close range guns. Now, this map is made for snipers, and especially with the sniper buffs, this map is just dominated by snipers. But the bad thing about sniper fights is they're so drawn out. Usually it's just constantly back and forth, peeking, trading damage until you maybe get that lucky headshot, that lucky knock to push, and that just wastes so much time. If you just put that time into rushing them, getting in their face with an R99 and another close range gun like the Carbine or a Wingman, you will be much more likely to get 20 kills, as you're not just not wasting time. The least time you waste, the more quicker you go into a fight and kill someone, is the less time that other people around you got to fight. So I'd really stay away from snipers and tend to go towards those closer range R9, Wingman, Havoc, the guns you can just dominate with at close to medium range. So I kind of went over my fourth tip in the previous tip, but I want to go a bit more in depth in it, and that is to try and kill people as quick as possible. if you're getting those 15, 16, 17, or those high teen kill games, and you just can't seem to get a 20 bomb, this is the tip I want you guys to place a big emphasis on. Because if you guys are having extended fights that take ages, that's more of a chance that other teams around the map are going to come fight each other, and then that's a whole squad out of the game that you can't kill, which just makes a 20 bomb so much harder. It just eliminates the luck factor of a 20 bomb, of a lot of people staying alive towards the end. It allows you to get it without that happening. But this is a lot easier said than done, so I want to give you guys a couple of tips for this. The main one I can give you is to surprise attack a squad, and that could be through an instant knock. You and your team, you team shot someone to get them down as quick as possible. A third party, as much as you hate third parties, they are a good way of quickly wiping a squad and then getting onto the next squad. And overall, a lot of it just does come down to mechanical skill. Can you quickly use your aim to down one player and just change the tide of a fight? Now, don't mistake this for just going and running into every fight like a headless chicken, just trying to run into a fight, knock the whole team instantly. If that doesn't work, move on to the next one. If you're going to die, just play it slow. It doesn't matter. You're not going to get a 20 bomb without your life. Well, you can, but you know what I mean. You're much more likely to just die and then move on to the next game. So just play it safe but aggressive. Try kill that team as possible, but don't let this go over your life. Always value your life the most for going to 20 bombs, but keep this in mind. So my last tip for you guys is to get a teammate, and no, this is not just to get those teammates in to feed you kills and get you that sweet 2000 damage 20 bomb. This is just purely for support. If you go in and play with randoms, everyone knows how randoms can be. I'm sure you all have had your lovely experience with randoms where you're down, you got a full 3 men on you, and you check and they're literally on the other side of the map. It's just way more reliable, especially when you're playing aggressive for these 20 bombs and you're trying to roll through teams as quick as possible. Stuff can go wrong. You can get knocked, and it's just a lot better to have a teammate that has your back, that you can clearly comm with, and that is just a better support than a random teammate. I would maybe not get 3, because even if they're not the best players in the world, I feel like a full team working together, the kills do tend to be a bit more spread out. So just one teammate just to back you up and just help you throughout your endeavor to get a 20 bomb can really make a difference, and it can just make it a lot less annoying, because you don't have to rely on you don't have to rely on teammates to save your ass if shit hits the fan. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial on how to get more 20 bombs, or how to get a 20 bomb in Season 3, but more importantly, I hope you learned something. If you watched my previous tutorial for how to get 20 bombs I had a while back, you would notice a lot of similarities, but they're just kind of tweaked because, the 50% bigger map, the new meta, and there's just a couple key differences between Kings Canyon and World's Edge. If you do like the video or learned something, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, turn on notifications if you want, and comment below your highest kill game. I want to know how many of my subscribers have, those 20 bombs, those high kill game, because if you're a Pufferfish667 subscriber, you're obviously goated at the game, so I'm sure basically all of you do, but I just want some reassurance for myself, you know how it is. But that's it from me, and I believe I have a tiny bit left of this gameplay. I'm just going to let it roll. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. First damage.
Good. Inside the next room. Killed an enemy. Frag out.
Is it monitor or TV? You're definitely a monitor is better. Monitor is way better. How much damage was that? Ooh, okay.